Good morning, good morning. I'm on an airplane. Jelly printing, believe it or not. No. But I am on an airplane. So, I'm getting out some jelly plates. Really ragged jelly plate. Really ragged. It's probably been a year since I've used this particular size. Found stuff stuck to it. I found a gash in it. Um, I'm trying to resurrect it. I'm trying to use up scrap paper. With dirty water and just having fun while I'm sitting on an airplane next to this guy that's snoring and it's hogging my armrest. So, um, I love adding lots of water to my jelly plate for the breakup reason. It is so cool to see all that spotted water, but today I kind of squished it around and played with it and experimented and used up paper that I've had sitting here. The same thing I've been trying to do for the last 5 months, using up stuff in different ways that I'm not using now. This is just fun time. Again, waiting for my plane to go across country. So much fun. So much fun. There's nothing like a good jelly print session. And I'm not wasting paper because I'm using paper that I already had that I couldn't throw away because, that was your granddaughter's art 5 years ago. Now she doesn't want to spend time with you. So, hello, we're not cool enough. And she's hormonal. So, who wants to be around her anyhow? Anyhow, some of it I used what she had there already. This is on super heavy watercolor paper, so it doesn't quite adhere as easily when your jelly plate is crusty. This, prior to any of this, I should be saying, this is not a lesson in jelly plate care or practices. I just love a good jelly plate, and no matter if it's got this crazy cat face on the back, who cares? Who cares? I'm having fun. But really and truly, I love a good jelly plate pull when it's on thinner paper. But I'm using paper. I can put these on covers. I can put these in magazines and make another journal. I can, in altered books, I can, whatever. Oh, yes. And then I had a little interruption and production stopped. One-handed. Two-handed production stopped. One hand and one paw started. And then you want it on the table. I'm like, no, you can't get on the table. So anyhow, we fixed all that. Oh, some of these on top of what she already had there is delicious. Delicious. It just adds layers and texture and morphing muted colors and bright colors. Fun. But there's a gouge in this one. So I'm going to try to turn it over and see what happens. I don't know. Okay, let's find some more junk paper. This is all heavy cardstock. Not heavy cardstock, probably watercolor paper. Mostly, that's actually kind of pretty. Mostly Bella. Some of these might be mine. No, these were Bella's. I remember this was years ago, and she put a Post-it in the middle. And when she goes painting, she goes heavy with the paint. And then she doesn't want them. And I couldn't throw them away. First of all, it's heavy, nice watercolor paper. But second of all, okay, I'm blocking out all my light here. Something might come out of it. I don't know. There's a heavy breathing dog next to me. That's not me breathing heavy. And I have a completely and utterly grungy brush. But I'm adding water to it. So it really makes all these like bubble effects, which I love. The more water you add, the more bubbles. And actually, I'm putting water on here purposely. And I know you're supposed to wait for it to dry and all this kind of stuff. Today, we're just seeing what happens. I could use the back of some of these, but some of these are actually started pretty. We'll see just what happens with this. This might blend too much. Actually, Here's a blue one. Let's see what happens with this blue one. And I'm not doing the, 15-minute rule, letting it dry. I probably should. I might get completely different results, but I don't have that kind of patience this morning. Oh my. This is beautiful. I mean, like, look right there. Look right there. It looks like veins in your skin. It looks like varicose veins in the best sort of way. All right, what are you doing? Now I got to keep all my paints off the floor because somebody's walking around here. Oh my God, these are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gelli, where are you going? I don't trust you sometimes. All right, let's see if we can make a blue with the rest of this. And put it on top of a red. What do you get when you mix pink with blue? Lavender. Hey, quit chewing on yourself. What are you digging? You're not digging. You're not chewing, you're digging. There's nothing to dig in my room. You can't even throw the trash away anymore because now it makes great art. Okay, this is red. Admittedly, really kind of pretty, but I haven't used it in about 5 years, so it may have been 3 or 4. She's way too cool to art with her grandmother these days. And she's in a major fight, probably rightly so, with the girl next door that used to live next door. And I'm taking the girl next door's side. Bella's in a very awkward early teen stage. Very. She wants nothing to do with us. She wants nothing to do with her mother. She wants nothing to do with her other grandmother, which that I understand too. But this whole section is dry. No, it's not, actually. It was dry. It's got a little bit of color. All right. Are you going to just sit here and stare at me? I got to put these someplace so they can dry. There's a lot of blue there. Oh, I do have a little bit of yellow. Okay, let's see. We can get some lime green action going here. These are paints that I don't like, that are really, they're just craft paint. And I used to love these little jars from Target, but they changed their formula or something, and they're really not very good. They freeze up, dry out, whatever, pretty easily. Woo, that might be pretty. These could be album covers from the 70s, hard rock album covers. Bon Jovi, live, South Carolina, Columbia. Oh, and sometimes I don't feel like you get enough just rubbing it. I don't have one of those. I have actually seen somebody use a rock and just rub the rock on here. Kind of like one of those round things that you can push over these things. I happen to have some rocks. Well, they're in my head. I can't get them out right now. I have rocks in my head. But this is just play. This is not meant to be fine art. This is not going up in the Met or the Smithsonian or the Louvre. Again, oh my God. That is actually gorgeous, in my opinion. Upgrading paper that I found loose in the studio. Ooh, that's pretty. I wonder, I'll just do it on white. And this, admittedly, is where you should leave it for quite a while. But I'm not going to. If my table's shaking. Sorry. I ordered another tripod. I have a really good tripod in a way. But it doesn't do well with the weight of my phone, which is light. And it moves. So, and then I have this one, which is kind of rigged, if you could see it. Well, you probably have, oh. See, that's the start of something good. And my paint is just about... Okay, now we're going to do an experiment. This paint has been left on here for so long, but this side does not have a chunk out of it. And there's paper on here. So this might be the equivalent of dried. And then I'm going to put white over it and see what happens if it peels it off. Okay, let's put a little white. This is a dirty white. I'm just going to do a tiny little bit of a thin coat. Really and truly, I think the best way to do this, there is no best way. I think they're all good ways. But should I be doing this with like a clear gesso? Probably. But the white kind of acts clear on white paper because you don't see the white. So let's do it on white paper and see what happens. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of a lot of stuff while this isn't even wet enough to hold this down. Put this on top. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay, let's put this back. This is my favorite way. I just keep adding purples or reds and blues to these pots and keep filling them, keep adding different greens, different oranges, different reds and yellows, different pinks, different, lots of leftover stuff go in this one, the gray one, and this brown one. And just keep adding junky paint till I can get rid of all the junky paint eventually. But it's perfect for stuff like this. All right, I'm going to put my brayers away in the drawer labeled brayer. And now, the earlier ones I did, here's the first one. It's okay, but it's perfect for collage, or actually these are a little bit too thick for collage maybe. I love this. It's just out there, which is great. Now I can come on top of it, add collage and or paint and or cut it up into smaller pieces. Okay, here's another a really good one. That was Bella's paint underneath. And I just love the abstract of it all. And now I probably will use it. Oh, I still have a piece and a half left. Okay. Next session. All right, let's see what happens when you take this off now. Maybe nothing because I don't think it's weighted. No. You need something really wet. And maybe thinner paper. All right. Here's another good one. Look at that. That's just, I mean, they're just beautiful. You can't get that, I can't get that texture like right in there naturally. My skills are not up there for that. But the surprise of a jelly plate never fails to underestimate. Oh, there's another. Actually, this is gorgeous. This is on scrapbook paper that I didn't like anymore. Let's just do one more on the back of this and see what happens with wet paint. There's a lot of yellow. Let's do some blue, which is now green. This, I might have to get another Gelli plate of this size. This is really fluid. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Really thin, cheap scrapbook paper. That, unless I go to Lapland for Christmas, I'm not going to use. And the type of Christmas journals I do these days. I've heard a lot of people saying, you know, because now that some of the people we've been watching for years are getting empty nest and how they're doing it. And I could agree with some of that, but I just like storytelling better, which is not wrong either. Oh dear. Oh, that's gorgeous. That Andy Warhol. That is gorgeous because the paint is not sticking to the dried, what was here in a lot of places. Shush. Do you like it too? You like it? Isn't that pretty? That looks like you painted it. Let's just see what happens with this on. Okay, this one is red. Let's just see. Let's just see. It might still not be. I might have to warm this one back up again. And then take better care of it. On this side. The other side, it's sat on something for a while and it has a dent. So you're going to have a half moon shape. Not even a half moon, like a quarter moon. And everything. Okay, I'm really pushing hard. The fact that it, that could use more layers. But it's not yucky. I'm going to put a piece of white copy paper on here and come back later and see what happens. But Gelli plate session number 1. Check.